Hi, welcome to a video by Archangel Raphael. So this video is going to be a New Earth transmission. It's going to be about restoring the body. First, Archangel Raphael is going to talk about this. Then we're going to go into a pick a number. There are going to be 5 numbers to pick from, 1 to 5. And then Raphael, according to the number you intuitively pick, Raphael will talk about what's actually affected your body and what needs restoration. And then after, we'll go into the transmission, and that will be for all the groups. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. I would like you to know that what I am actually seeing about the body and restoring it is that it is very much connecting in to what you have been through over many lives, not just this life. Because what happens over time is certain areas build up weaknesses based on experiences you have had, based on things which have happened to you, but also things that you have done, action you have taken, perhaps depleting yourself in certain places. What I am really trying to say is that actually what you experience in this life physically is very much dependent on what you have experienced in other lives. It is not simply isolated to this life. And I also want you to know that certain people also have problems, deficiencies in their body because they are also inheriting things from their lineage. So some of the things you experience have nothing to do with you, but are much more to do with what you are inheriting, to do with your ancestors, to do with things they have experienced or things they have done. So certain people actually make choices to incarnate into very heavy lineages in order to clear that bloodline. So there are things that you will be experiencing because they belong to you, and things that you have inherited on top of this, perhaps really similar issues to things you have had in past lives, and things that you are clearing in your bloodline. And then there are other things which perhaps actually really don't have anything to do with you, but you have taken on for other people because you have wanted to help your bloodline, to purify it. And what I will say actually is for many light workers, this is the case, that you are clearing more than your own personal karma and karmic residue, that you are taking on things for other people as well. And what I will also say about this is that it is not necessarily a bad thing, a bad choice to make, because actually when you take things on for others in your bloodline, what you actually end up doing ultimately is handing it back to them, and they are then going to take responsibility for what they have done, choices they have made. So the ultimate aim of any light worker is to actually hand things back to the right people, the places where it all started. Because otherwise what happens is that it is carried through the bloodline. It affects generations that come after. So a light worker's job is to make things right again, to hand things over that doesn't actually belong to them. I hope I am making sense. So sometimes you may feel like a victim because you are taking things on for others, but there is no need to feel like this because your job is to not be a victim. It is to actually realise that it is not yours and hand it back to the right person, to take it back to where it does belong. I hope I am making sense. And what I will say about the New Age is that this understanding will be there with all of you, that taking things on for other people isn't helping anyone. You don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for others. It is about actually really getting a sense of what belongs where. And it may be, for example, that when you are with someone you have problems with, where there is a lot of energy, negative energy, that you pick up on that actually affects you physically, you may get a sense that that energy is coming through the person. It doesn't belong to them. It belongs to someone in their bloodline. It belongs to someone they know. So this is the most helpful thing you can do, to actually trace back where an energy actually belongs. Send it back to where it belongs, and then the right person will process it. Or it may simply be an energy that is created elsewhere altogether, and it is then sent back to where it has come from. I will also say that because of this, there will be a lot of understanding and clarity about the body on a very deep level in times to come, that people will really get a sense of what is coming from where, what is past life, what is ancestral, what is created perhaps by darker forces, and you are experiencing as a result. And I will also say that for some of you it may actually be that as you go into this kind of understanding, you have the ability to spontaneously heal physical conditions. So this is what I am actually seeing in the New Age. It will really be about getting right to the root of things, quickly, efficiently, clearing up problems, some of which can be cleared almost instantly or practically instantly. And what I will also say is that it is about realizing that nobody needs to suffer, that suffering is just not needed, that things are able to be solved, that answers are able to be found for every problem. So what I would like to do now is give you each a personal message about what is actually affecting you if on a very physical level, what has affected you, where it is coming from, what needs restoration. And after that, I will do a transmission for each one of you, helping you to actually get to the root of your problem, to clear it. So I would like you to pick a number 1 to 5. And I will start. So group number 1. For you, what I am actually seeing is that your problems are very much coming in from other lives. I am seeing here that you have had many lifetimes where you have been traumatized actually by much darker energies, demonic energies, things which are very harsh, brutal, cruel, sadistic. And what I will say is that your body has suffered as a result. I see generally for this particular group that it is about clearing trauma from the body, clearing energy from it, clearing out other people's energy, the trauma inflicted on you by others. I see lifetimes of sexual abuse of many parts of the body, of torture, sadism, perhaps being in slave society and being mistreated there and whipped, or maybe hanged, maybe treated like someone you are not, over many lives, and all this energy that is in your system that tends to attract more of the same and create physical symptoms. So that is what I see for you. Group number 2. What I see for you is that you have been affected by many things which have happened to you over the course of this lifetime in particular. I see this for this group, it is very much to do with ancestral energies that you are clearing on behalf of others. So I see that perhaps you have a part to play in the equation, but it is mainly other people's energy from your bloodline, from this incarnation. So I see for you, it is a case of handing things back to where they belong, handing things over, being in your own energy more, clearing this up from your ancestral line in this way, by tracing the root of what you experience to where it started, who it started from, and handing it back. That is what I see. Group number 3. What I am actually seeing for you is that there are many things going on, but most of what you are affected by in your body is very much to do with energies that you have inherited from your lineage, which are also connecting in to your past lives. So I see for this group, you come from lineages which are heavy, which have a lot of trauma in them. And I see areas in your body which have been affected by this. I see some of you may have digestive issues or issues around your solar plexus area, perhaps even lower down. And I see that this is all about very harsh energies. But these energies have also been in your past lives, energies of abuse, of general harsh energy, criticism, energy that you cannot assimilate and digest. And I actually see that this is how you have experienced life for a long time, and it is very much about clearing this up in this life. I see that the type of energies you have experienced have been a result of very negative energies that have infiltrated your life. But I will go as far as to say that perhaps these energies got in the first place because there was something in you that allowed them in. So I think it is very much to do with something psychological in you as well, which has been there for a long time. Perhaps something you believe about yourself, perhaps something that has been in one way or another instilled into you by others a long time ago, such as you deserve to be treated badly because you have done something wrong. Perhaps there is something you are blaming yourself for that happened a long time ago. But I see that there is something in you that has been allowing in negative energies from a long time ago, and this is how you have ended up in this state. So if you go right back to this, you will actually start to heal on a much deeper level, and all the layers which have formed on top will start dissolving away. That is what I see. Group number 4. I will say for you, it is very much about the things you have experienced generally over lifetimes, which have been very much to do with you being at the forefront of life, in positions of power, leadership, where you have had a lot of responsibility and neglected yourself. I see a lot of self-neglect, a lot of taking energy from various parts of your body. Perhaps you are depleted when it comes to your lower chakras. Perhaps you are always used to holding space for others. I see in this group there is a tendency towards developing problems in your body because of being depleted. Perhaps some chronic fatigue, perhaps even things like tumours. But I see that there are places in you that really lack energy. And for you, it is about going deeper into yourself and really feeling your true needs and knowing when to stop giving, when to stop doing, and when to take it easy. That is what I see. Group number 5. What I am seeing for you is that it is very much to do with very negative experiences you have had, which have been very serious actually in this life. I see times of immense trauma and stress, perhaps something shocking that has occurred, that has catalyzed your body to start breaking down in some way. But I do see whatever you are experiencing can be traced back to perhaps even one event in this life. And through that one event, you are able to get right to the root of what is really going on. Because that one event in this life will link back to something that has happened in another life. And that will take you right to the root of the problem. which I see is actually about something very negative, actually, that has been in you. I think it is very much connecting in to something that you have believed, a negative belief of some kind, something perhaps that you have really believed to be true. It can even be, for example, that a particular person is like an angel when they are the complete opposite. It can be a belief about something in particular, some kind of energy in the world that you thought was good, that isn't, such as the energy of self-sacrifice, handing yourself over to others fully and completely. But there is something there, and if you get to that event in this life and then trace back the energy, you will get to what you have falsely believed, and when you clear that, it will help to restore you in this life. I hope I am making sense, but I am seeing that this is what is creating problems for you in your body in this life. What I would like to do now is a transmission for each one of you to really help you to get right to the root of things, to help you restore your body in this life. Doing this now. I would like you to know that this is done. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening, and yes, I hope you all benefited from this. And yeah, much love to all of you.